See yourself in Facebook. All right. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I know it's Tuesday. It's a weird time for us to do our live stream, but that's what the that's why we're here because we're weird. Anyways, welcome to Tough Cookie Trading Live. I'm Anton. This is Rachel. So we got a very quick 30-ish minute workout for you guys. Starting with a 12-minute AMRAP. 5 exercises, 10 reps, 15, 20, 15, 10 reps. And a hybrid rep, which is basically 30 reps total, but we'll explain later on. Okay? Let's just start with our warm up for now. 30 seconds of squats, lunges, and RDLs for 3 rounds in 4. 3, 2, and 1. Just push your butt back. Inhale, bring your hands in front. Now, as usual, our workouts are designed with resistance equipment in mind. And if you do not have any resistance equipment, that's fine, like dumbbells or kettlebells, or even the TRX. We'll provide some modifications that will mimic or closely resemble the resistance workout. In 4, step forward lunges in 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet close together. Take a step forward lunge. I bring my hands in front of me for balance. You can take a step back the way Rachel does. Either way, the form stays the same. Front knee is just hovering over the shoelaces of your front toe or your front foot. So this for about 10 more seconds. Third exercise is RDLs, Romanian deadlifts. Think of it as a forward fold, just sliding hands down your legs in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet together, just slide your hands down your legs. As soon as you touch your feet or the floor, just come back up. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Nice. Think of this as a stretch as well. You're not really working out. You shouldn't be out of breath doing this. You should just feel this in your lower back and your hamstrings. 10 more seconds. We're going to go back to squat position. Continue with the warm up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squat position. Feet shoulder width apart. Squat down, reach across, touch the opposite foot like you're picking something up. We're only going to do 2 rounds of the warm-up. Might as well get started with the meat of the workout, okay? 12-minute AMRAP, followed by the hybrid reps. With the exception of the lower body portion of the hybrid reps, they will also require some kind of resistance equipment, dumbbells. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet together, take a step forward lunge. Reach across, touch down front foot. I tend to hit the brakes as soon as my heel hits the ground. That front knee no longer moves, okay? Heel, knee no longer moves forward. Very good. Nice. Let's do this for 10 more seconds. Great job. And you got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Touchdowns is your third and last warm-up exercise. Touch your right toe with your left hand. Bring the right hand towards the ceiling. So it's the reach version of the RDL. Now sometimes we bring in another round of this, another one, which is usually a squat to a windmill or a lunge to a windmill. If you guys are watching this delayed, then you can add that just by hitting the pause button or the rewind button. And then doing the 30 seconds with us one more time. And we got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. So we're right smack in the middle of our high intensity, low resistance week. That's why we organize the exercises so that there will be 15 rep and 20 rep exercises. But there will always be the challenging exercises you can only perform for 10, like thrusters and burpees. Okay, so the way we structured this is 10 thrusters, 15 TRX pull-ups, 20 kettlebell swings, 15 V-ups, and 10 burpees. Rachel will explain the workout, our 12-minute AMRAP.
12.
Yeah. So we start with the
thrusters. 10 thrusters, dumbbells over your shoulders. Squat down, use the palm of your fingers to thrust the dumbbells up overhead. From that, we're going to do TRX pull-ups. If you don't have a TRX around you, I would just be doing regular rows for 15 reps. 30 20 kettlebell swings. I need glasses, sorry. 20 kettlebell swings or air squats if we don't have a kettlebell around. We have 15 V-ups, which is basically touching your fingertips to your shins. If you've been with us for a while, you totally understand the modifications, but I'll be doing a few of them every round. And then 10 burpees or going back to air squats if something feels kinky in your lower back. If you didn't catch all that, don't worry. We're going to go over it again.
So I'll be doing the some of the modifications that Rachel suggested. For those of you without dumbbells or not comfortable using dumbbells for your thrusters, I would suggest just doing push-ups. For those of you without a TRX rig like us, I would suggest just doing 15 mountain climbers per side, and of course the air squats in place of the kettlebell swings. So I'm going to start with those modifications. Rachel's going to do the loaded workout, and this is for time. So the average time, your target time is about 2.5 to 3 minutes per round, but it doesn't have to be that fast or that slow. Okay, it's up to you. All right, you guys ready? Starting with 10 thrusters or 10 push-ups in 3, 2, and 1. So again, establish your pace. If you go too fast, you might not be able to finish as many as you want to. 9 and 10. Take a short break. 15 mountain climbers per side. Good. So that's 15 mountain climbers. Rachel's going to perform 15 of the TRX pull-ups. A lot of our members and clients notice that the saturation point, the breaking point for the TRX is usually 15. Like past 10, you start to feel uncomfortable. It's the last one. That's the reason why we perform 15 and not 10. Okay. Now I'm going to do kettlebell swings. Sorry, air squats. Rachel's going to perform kettlebell swings. And again, the easier the exercise, the more reps you can squeeze in there. So the more difficult exercises, they bookend the set. Thrusters and burpees. Then the inner workout, the 15 rep ones, like the TRX pull-ups and the V-ups, they're slightly easier, but still harder than the 20 kettlebell swings. Okay? I got another 9. We're only a minute and a half in of 12. 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay. So V-ups. A couple of ways you can perform the V-ups. One is just bringing your hands and feet together. Okay. Back remains on the ground. Or you can lift your back off the floor. Roll your back off the floor. That's a more difficult version of the V-up. You can also do the Pilates version, arms by your sides, and then just lifting it into a boat pose. 14 and 15, and then finally 10 burpees. Again, you can substitute air squats or jump squats for your burpees if you're perfectly comfortable performing burpees. Whether your hands are on the ground or on the bench, just perform burpees. I'm gonna forego the push-ups on this one. Okay? So as you can see, I performed every one of those 5 exercises using body weight. There's always a way. And it's not just for you guys who don't have weight training equipment, resistance training equipment. It's for those of you who prefer to use body weight. And 10. Good. Okay. So that took me about 3 minutes. So at that pace, I'll be able to finish about 4 of them, or 3 and change. So I'm going back to thrusters. Squat to press. Yeah. Right, so this is one of the most basic movements, called a triple extension, where you extend your legs, then your hip, then your arms overhead. It's a pure push movement. You push everything up from the ground over here. It takes a long time to finish that. And 10. Good. Then I'm going to perform my TRX pull-ups. Again, we have the luxury of having all these TRX rigs here. If you don't have it at home, and you do have dumbbells, You can do flies. I think I'm going to do that in the next session. You can do flies, you can do rows, whatever your number is. I like to add a little bit of range to this one. I do what's called a muscle up, where I drop my butt to the floor and muscle my way up. I'm extending the range of motion. It's a little bit harder. Five more. Good. Okay. Then the kettlebell swings. So this is a standard number of exercises for our AMRAPs. Our AMRAPs could be 4 exercises, could be 5 exercises. It's rarely ever 6 or 7. Because a lot of times, it's hard to retain anything more than 5 lines of information. So if you keep it at 4 or at 5, you don't even need to look at the board. You just know that the next exercise is coming up. 18, 19, and 20. It's literally keeping everything simple. Now, if you do prefer a longer AMRAP, 7, 8, 9, even 10 exercises, make sure you write it down. Make sure you give yourself enough time to finish it, like 20 or even 30 minutes for that. Now, the disadvantage to a short AMRAP, okay, disadvantage to a short AMRAP, like 3 exercises, is that it's extremely repetitive. You end up doing the same exercise probably as many as 10 rounds. And that's okay if you're really working on that specific exercise. But just imagine doing 10 rounds of 10 burpees. That's 100 burpees. So not a good idea to shorten your workout to 3 instead of 4. So my recommendation is always 4 or 5 exercises with a variety of intensity and exercises. We're halfway through it, 6 minutes in. Rachel's doing the modification of her leg drop instead of the V-up. It's literally half the exercise. Then 10 burpees, of course. If you don't want to perform burpees, you can modify. If you have a step, you can do step ups, or you can even do box jumps. I'm going to add a push-up now because I'm going to go straight to the push-ups. Whenever we give modifications, guys, and you can remember the modifications or keep up with it, I do suggest that you do both, alternating between the primary exercise and the modification. Again, give yourself enough time to recover in between. 7 minutes in, we're on the negative side of the workout. That means we got less time ahead than we do behind. And 10. Good. Okay. Back to my modification, which is 10 push-ups instead of the 10 thrusters. Followed by 15 mountain climbers. Good. Followed by 20 air squats. Starting to feel it. Rachel's doing lawnmowers. So what do you need to set up your home gym? A couple of pairs of dumbbells, maybe 3 if you can afford to, if you can find it. You don't need 2 kettlebells, you just need 1. If you have a garage or someplace you could throw a sandball recommended. And if you have a place to rig up a TRX, it's also recommended. Another important gear would be a step, like the ones that we have here, the Reebok step, and 20. Good. Yes, next. TheraBands, but not the TheraBand brand. They've made a lot of major improvements in those TheraBands. 15 reps for me. We got less than 4 minutes to go, coming up on 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. Just enough time for one more round. 10, 5 more.
So if you need a modification for anything that we're doing here today, as you notice that my modification wasn't anything that Antoine mentioned, not because I'm a rebel, but because I think about the movement, which is pulling. So what do I do with the kettlebell? I pull it up off the ground. This is gonna sound stupid, but TRX is gonna be a closed chain motion as opposed to lifting that kettlebell off. I guess anything can be a closed chain motion, leave it on the floor. My feet are on the floor. Technically, I'm at a 2-point stance. I'm doing the lawnmower row. So not only, you're working your abdominals on the TRX as well, working your abdominals, your glutes, your everything. But the main source of any modification is copying the same movement. So say in a push-up, what am I doing? Bench press, that's a pushing motion, push-up, burpee. You're using parts of the exercise. I'm starting to talk in a circle now, I'm sorry. But just take the simplest part of the workout and modify it. It doesn't have to be the whole thing.
Move the weights. All right, we got less than 2 minutes to go. Probably enough time to finish this one round. One more thing about gear selection. Obviously, a lot of you and a lot of other people ask us, what do we need? I say watch the videos and see which exercises that you like to do and able to do. And then see what kind of gear that we're using. Now, I said earlier that I was going to do modification of flies, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So instead of doing the TRX pull-ups, I'm going to use these same dumbbells for 15 flies, which again mimics the same movement as a TRX pull-up. And in fact, hits pretty much the same target muscles as a TRX, upper back. Not so much core, but holding myself in this position, I must activate my core as well. So everything is a mirror. Each workout. That's what I learned doing yoga. So a lot of the stuff that we do yoga, or a lot of the stuff that we do is actually derived. Everything's derivative. All right, kettlebell swings. Back to my kettlebell swings. As for my personal training class that I work with outside of tough cooking training, standard gear is always dumbbells, kettlebells, and medicine ball. So if you want to put together your own gym, you can start with those. No need for bands, no need for TRX, no need for sleds, no need for battle ropes, no need for body bars. It's fun to have those. All right, and that was 12 minutes. So I was unable to finish the V-ups and the burpees. So as I said, it was 3 and change. So again, work within your ability, work within your preference. Some days you want to go fast, some days you want to go slow. So it's not lack of ability, but it's also the mood. Okay, you're in charge of the workout. All right, so now we come to the hybrid reps. So the hybrid rep means a hybrid rep count. What does that mean? So whenever we use dumbbells, there's always two ways. Always two ways you can lift that dumbbell, right? You can either do a single arm dumbbell workout or a double arm dumbbell workout. That goes for every dumbbell workout. We're also going to be performing some lower body exercise. And there's a couple of ways you can do a lower body exercise. For instance, you can do a lunge, right? Or you can do a squat. Lunge being a single side, unilateral. Squat being a bilateral. So a hybrid means we're going to combine the two rep counts. So for instance, with a bicep curl, okay, we're going to perform a right side bicep curl, then both. Then left side bicep curl, then both, okay? So we're going to do a 10 count, which means I'm only going to be counting when we do both arms up and down. So this and this is one rep, okay? So again, it's RCL, right, center, left, okay? Let's start with the right side. Watch Rachel's profile view. Her elbow is not moving and bringing that dumbbell as close to her face as she could before. 3, 2, and 1. First the right, then both, that's 1. Then the left, and both. That's 2. This is to a 10 count. Now this is a more efficient way of performing 15 straight reps because one arm gets to rest while the other arm works rather than the alternating. This is 6. It's also easy to keep track of your reps. Why? I started with my right, which means it's odd. That's 7. Then 8. Good. This is 9. One more time. Good. And 10. Great. I actually first started doing that workout with as a dumbbell chest press, where I brought the right arm down, then both the left arm down. So you could also perform that with chest presses. Now for lower body, we're gonna do single leg deadlift to an RDL. What does that mean? Grab your dumbbells. You're gonna lift your left leg or right leg tilt forward to a single leg deadlift, and then bring both arms down. That's 1. If you want, like Rachel, she's doing body weight. She can simply do a squat in between. So her bilateral workout is going to be a squat. Mine is still going to be RDL. Okay, ready? Let's start with the right leg back in 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to do 3 exercises. Okay, we're going to try to hit all 3 of our motor units: our lower body, upper body, and core. Okay, this is 2. Kind of going off script here a bit. Okay, this is 3. Okay. This is 4. Now, how many rounds should you perform this? I typically perform this for 3 rounds. And if you have 3 exercises, you can go exercise 1, 2, and 3, or you could knock everything out 3 rounds at a time. I think that was 8. Got a couple more. Good. 9. One more time. Awesome. And 10. Very good. Awesome. All right. So our third exercise. Again, I'm going off script here. If you guys saw the speed count, it was actually chest press, but I said, why don't we just do some core? Okay. Obviously, with the core, the only unilateral exercise you could well, there's a few, but the unilateral exercise that we do most often are windshield wipers. Windshield wipers and pulses. What does that mean? You're gonna raise your legs to see the hands by your sides. You're gonna touch your left toe with your right arm. Boom. Then bring both hands up to touch your toes. That's 1. Bring your left hand to touch your right toe. 2. Then both arms. Okay, all the way till 10. Okay, ready? Let's go. So first one arm, then both. Single to double windshield wipers. You do the same thing with sit-ups and Russian twists. 5 halfway. 5. This is 6. Woo. That's 7. Oh my God. This is the worst stuff. That's 8. That's 2. One more each side. That's 9. One more time. And that's 10. Good job. Woo. Other ways you can do the same workout, the hybrid rep count. I've done this before. Hybrid rep count with a kettlebell, where I swing it with my right hand, then both. That's 1. Left hand, then both. It's not as challenging as the other workouts, even if you use a heavy kettlebell, because a kettlebell by nature is not really a challenging workout when you're only doing 10 pairs. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys had fun. Rachel, thanks again for your energy and your modifications. Like, I don't know what to do without those modifications. We'll see you guys again possibly tomorrow. If not, we'll probably settle in this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, early morning schedule. So we're still trying to, just like everything else happening around us, it seems to be day to day. So we're still trying to wrap our schedules in such a way that we'll be able to accommodate each and every person that needs our help. Okay, Rachel, let's just do a quick stretch before we go. Rachel's gonna finish up our stretch.
Inhale, bring the arms up. I might not be the best person to do this right now because that glass in my body. So we're going to do a lot of upper body. Exhale, relaxing the shoulder blades back and down.
You're just doing yoga earlier.
Squeezing the shoulder blades together. So a lot of times when we talk about squeezing the shoulder blades together, it's not this. So notice how my rib cage is splayed open. You want to tuck the tailbone, bring that rib cage in towards spine, relax shoulder blades back and down, feeling on your chest and shoulders as you inhale here. Let's exhale. So we did the front, now we're going to do the back. Bringing the arms in front of our chest, relax still shoulders, because why not? And again, when we tell you to bring your shoulder in front of your face, it's taken me a couple years to get this down. It's not here, it's here. Relaxing that shoulder down and away from the ear always. As you inhale, exhale, turn the profile side to show you. Opposite arm in front of the chest first. Other hand comes and gets it. Pushing it in towards your chest, relaxing the shoulder back and down. As you breathe, inhale, grow taller. Actually, intensifying the strength of your knee. Exhale, relax shoulder.
Can get taller than this.
No comment. Inhale, right arms up. Pull that belly button in towards spine. Protect that beautiful lower back. Exhale, push that beautiful back. Push. Yep. Soften the knees. So you're going to come down with a neutral spine. Reason being, so we're elongating, extending, relaxing the shoulder blades back and down, intensifying the stretch. The exhale, let that upper body drive you down. Your fingertips touch the floor. Great. Remember, there's that hinge motion here, like in our deadlifts. Fingertips touch the floor. Curl them if you can. If you can't, you're in this position. That's totally fine. Letting that upper body hang to drag you down. If you're tight like me, you feel a stretch in the posterior muscle groups, hamstrings. But the main goal is to stretch out that lower back. As you inhale here, exhale, soften the knees even more. We're not bending. We're not squatting, softening the knees. Heels, weight the heels. Tuck the tailbone first, then your spine, then your rib cage, and your sternum, neck, and head. Thank you very much. We'll see you later.
All right. Take care, guys.
I gotta get a remote.